What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Going to run through this trade recap of this one small scalp that we took today. Ended up taking a small win on NQ for about 1.8 R. Didn't end up catching the longs, which I wanted. My whole plan was to be able to see the sweep lower and then catch longs. I just didn't end up finding an entry I wanted. I did enter in here, but I got stopped out break even, and then it would have ran. But there was some news that came out, and that ended up taking me out break even. So I'll probably go over that in the Discord, but I'm just going to go over the main trade today. Again, if you guys want to join the Discord, link will be in the pinned comment and in the description. I have all of the entries and all that stuff in there, talking about my live trade commentary, all that stuff. It's all in there. And if you guys want to join that, again, links in the pinned comment and the description. If you guys want mentorship, links in the description as well. But let's get into this really quick. So coming into the day, I wanted to see a push lower to take out London and Asia, and then a rotation back up. Or if we wanted to come up into this gap, I wanted to see a rotation back down. I had like no strict bias, but after market open, we had this initial push up, and then we had a rotation back down, and we kind of just hovered until 10 a.m. news. So we had news at 10 a.m. So we wanted to wait for that, and then price eventually after the news ended up having a nice flush to the downside, and NQ ended up sweeping out London and Asia lows, while ES didn't. So we actually had a bullish SMT forming off the lows. But from there, after sweeping out Asia, NQ came up and was respecting this 5-minute bearish fair value gap right here. And if you look at ES at the exact same time, ES was respecting a 5-minute bearish fair value gap as well. And the thing with ES, it hadn't taken out London low and it hadn't taken out Asia. So I thought at this point, okay, ES is respecting a 5-minute bearish FVG, NQ is respecting 5-minute bearish FVG, ES still has London low resting below. I'm thinking maybe we want to have one more manipulation down, and then maybe we'll continue up so I could probably catch like a scalp. So again, NQ and ES are both respecting 5-minute bearish fair value gaps. I want to see a continuation lower, potentially again, before we continue back higher. And in terms of targets, we have this hourly bullish fair value gap right here. And I want to see potentially like the CE point of that gap get tapped. So again, once we tap into that 5-minute bearish FVG, I'm looking just for like the highest time frame inversion. Now, we didn't really have an inversion, but I ended up entering after this bearish close, and I believe it was a 30-second inversion, but I can't remember exactly because I was looking at my top step chart. But I ended up entering right after this bearish close right here, and then I just got the fill around 442 or 443. Stops were above the 5-minute gap, and I just targeted again down to that CE point, but we got into profit super quick, aggressively, and then at this point, price started to hit and reject up. So I ended up just closing around 413, which ended up giving us just about 1.8 R on this trade. So once again, on open, price manipulates to the upside, then it comes down and consolidates. We had a sweep lower, but order flow is still being maintained bearish on the 5-minute. We're respecting this 5-minute bearish FEG. We look at ES. ES is respecting bearish FEG, withdraws at London low and Asia low below. So at this point, I'm looking at this as a scalp to quick shorts, maybe fill CE, and then continue up to take out the buy side. From there, we get that strong bearish close on the 1-minute, which we take the entry off of. Stops above the 5-minute gap, and we just target down. Wanted the CE around there, but as soon as price starts wicking up, I ended up closing again for about 1.8 R, and then from there, price just flew to the upside off this SMT. Because again, NQ swept that down to Asia, and then ES never swept out Asia, so we did have that SMT off the lows. I just didn't see an entry. I wanted this 5-minute inverse to get retested, and then I wanted to look long, but we didn't end up getting that. Again, I ended up getting in here, but stopped out break even, unfortunately. And on ES, we actually had a really nice setup off this 5-minute inverse. I just didn't get the entry in time, but that's pretty much it for today, guys. Small winning day today, plus 462 on the day, I think it was. But that's going to wrap it up for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.